last night in Milwaukee. It wasn't just Giannis. It was Chris Middleton with a huge game lifting the Bucks. What do you think of Middleton's contribution?
He's been dramatically improved playing at home versus on the road, so I wasn't surprised that he came out and had a big game. But I can't say that I didn't think that I knew that he would match his playoff career high. He was outstanding shot making. He was locked in, and he talked about when he's out there balling, he just think like he's playing at the park. You know what I mean? And effortlessly, ooh, that right there, that lean back, step back, like for players like us that don't have hops, that right there, dog, that looks vintage out there. And the thing is, he never got sped up. He never got sped up. And for people like me.
Oh, look at those numbers, Jay.
I told you, it's just
those numbers.
It's just, I can tell you how he play night and day, home on the road, right? And here's something I just want to put out on the table, you know, just for conversation's sake.
Okay.
I was a person, and rightfully so, that wanted to see Giannis go out there and accept a challenge on KD when he was going crazy. Are we going to say that about KD? When Middleton's going crazy?
Oh!
I'm just saying, because this is what I do for a living. See, this is what I do.
Oh, so the story was Giannis didn't cover KD, and now the story is KD didn't cover Chris Middleton.
Well, it's not the story. I'm just saying, like, we got to be fair. If that's what we're going to do, I put it out on the table about Giannis needing to guard KD. So it just needs to be set into the atmosphere for fairness.
Something else that was said into the atmosphere was Giannis is taking too many jump shots. Giannis is settling too much. Guess what happened last night? Not that.
Correct.
Not that.
Correct.
Not that.
Jacoby, you'll appreciate this.
Oh, okay.
Giannis is Saturday. The park is filled. The wind is blowing. Basket or foul.
Double
no jumpers.
Rims. Double rims. No
Double
jumpers.
rims.
Yeah, no jumpers.
When I show up at a gym. I show up at a park and I see double rims, no jumpers.
No jumpers.
No, I am not shooting a jumper, right? That's how he has to play, with the level of force. And then when they get stops or steals and he gets in broken floor situations, and you can get into him in 4-on-3s, in 3-on-2s, rim run situations where he can get duck-ins. That's where I want to see him be dominant.
You were not alone in challenging Giannis to cover Kevin Durant. Mm-hmm. And do you know what Giannis did last night? Covered Kevin Durant. It was obvious out there for everyone to see. However, I think he does deserve a salute for taking the challenge, covering KD. And KD was very different in Game 6 than he was in Game 5.
Well, KD had a historic game the time before. And that's what I was trying to say to you. I was like, if he can duplicate that, then yes, they'll close it out. If he can't duplicate that, I said I was taking the Bucks plus 10.
It's hard to duplicate 49 and 17 and 10.
It's never been done. It's never been done. He was the first person to do it. And so it was the fourth quarter to me as it related to them doing a great job of doing a team effort of slowing down slowing down KD. And how about this? PJ Tucker had a plus 30.
Wow.
PJ Tucker. We're going to talk about these headliners, and rightfully so. We're going to talk about Giannis. We're going to talk about KD. We're going to get to Harden. Of course, they're playing without Kyrie. But PJ Tucker has been a revelation for this team. And so the way Middleton has been played offensively, that's what Tucker brought to the core of the team defensively. And lastly, Drew Holiday got over 20. They needed those buckets.
If I'm the Bucks, I'm concerned. Can I tell you why I'm concerned about the Bucks? James Harden looked a lot better in Game 6 than he did in Game 5.
He did.
And he's trending in a healthy direction.
He is.
And in Game 7 at home, after a couple days rest more, something tells me we're going to have a James Harden impact on the game like he didn't in Game 5 and Game 6.
Well, he's going to have an impact as long as Giannis guarding him. I purposely pulled up these plays because it seems like he didn't go at nobody except Giannis.
This was Giannis.
And he's like, all right, anybody else on him, I could have been on it. He just walking and standing. As soon as Giannis get on, he go in his bag.
People forget they went back and forth. Do you remember that? They went back and forth.
Yes.
James Harden has a little thing for Giannis, and when he sees Giannis in front of him, he's like, I guess now's gonna be my effort possession.
Exactly. I'm
now's gonna be my effort
right
possession.
Now, exactly. If I get hurt breaking him down, then so be it.
Fine.
But I ain't gonna get hurt breaking down somebody else.
Okay, Big Perk back here with us. Han, we're gonna start with you here. Who has the edge in Game 7, the Nets or the Bucks?
Well, the Bucks do. I mean the Bucks. The Nets do because they are the home team. They have that advantage. And when you when you have your star is going to play no matter where, on the road, at home. That doesn't matter. And they've got two of them, even if James Harden is 100%. But what matters is the role players. The role players are what matters in a series like this, in a Game 7. Who steps up? Who gives you what Jeff Green gave you in Game 5? Again, a game at home. I'm looking at Joe Harris. Here's a guy that has not had a great series. In fact, shooting 32% from three. That's awful for a guy like him who shot almost 48% from three during the regular season. By the way, at home during the regular season, 50% from three. So you know he's more comfortable at home shooting on his home gym, his rims. That's what he likes. And even in this series, as poorly as he's shooting overall in the series, he's 39% at home from three-point range. So I'm looking at Joe Harris and I'm wondering, is this the game where he kind of gets it going, where he gets into rhythm, where he locks in and he could become that X factor like Jeff Green was in Game 5? That's why you give the advantage to the home team all the time. Vegas does it all the time, no matter what. You never see a pick 'em unless it's just one team is way better than the other. But this is pretty evenly matched. You got to go with the home team. The Nets have that. They'll also have a raucous crowd. There's no roar like a New York roar. It's going to matter in this game. And for KD, it'll be his kind of real first experience, too, when it comes to wanting to play in New York, in the Mecca. Well, here's your opportunity to do it in a Game 7.
The Mecca.
Well, I mean, it's not the Garden, but it's still New York.
Hey, Charlie.
Yeah.
Can you repeat the question? Because soon as Allen started talking, at first I was listening to him when he said the Bucks, and then he made the mistake and said the Knicks. I took my earpiece out my ear because I didn't want to hear that. Can you repeat the question again?
Yes. Listen, I get it. I understand. The question was, who has the edge in the game? Is it the Nets or is it the Bucks, Perk?
And this is a no-brainer, right? It's the Milwaukee Bucks. Look, the Brooklyn Nets are not healthy. We're sitting up here watching James Harden. He's skipping and walking up and down the basketball court. He cannot guard a parked car right now. We can't move laterally. We're seeing that, and they're not healthy. Right now, the Milwaukee Bucks, they have a healthy lineup. They have Giannis. They have Chris Middleton. They have Drew Holiday. They have Brook Lopez. They have everything that they need and more. The only thing about the Milwaukee Bucks is that they don't play smart basketball. But far as talent-wise, they have more talent than the Brooklyn Nets right now due to injuries. And so when I'm looking at this matchup right now, Giannis has found his way. He knows that he's not going to settle in a Game 7. He's going to attack the basket. Chris Middleton, he sees what he has to do. And it's destined for Drew Holiday to have a big night. I love what Budenholzer has done for us moving Giannis in certain parts of the game to the center position and spreading the floor. By the way, P.J. Tucker is not backing down anytime soon. I'm not saying Kevin Durant can't get another 50-piece wing dinner spicy in his sleep, but it's not going to be easy. And just think about the win that the Brooklyn Nets got and what KD had to do in that win. He had to have one of the greatest performances in his NBA career, the greatest performance in his NBA career, to overpower this Milwaukee Bucks team.
Milwaukee on the road in Brooklyn. Role players play well at home. And when you think about it, Perk, who are the role players for the Nets? Green, Brown, Blake Griffin. All those guys play well at home and not on the road. And Kevin Durant, he had to go 49, whatever, 17, 10, whatever the numbers were. And James Harden was coming just basically as a cardboard cutout to hang around, to draw attention. But James Harden got better in 6. The Bucks didn't take advantage of him at all in Game 6. Even though he was out there limping like you said, they failed to communicate that. They refused to take advantage both on the offense and the defensive end. So now, a day rest, I would assume he's a little bit better because it seemed that way in Game 6 in Milwaukee. Now, when you look at it, you say, well, Middleton was cooking in Game 6. At home, he's on the road in a hostile environment. He's never been in this situation, and we know how he plays on the road versus at home. And you say Drew Holiday, he's going to finally show up. Well, It's been a minute now. Drew Holiday, we can't. What's the famous word? Witness
Better late
protection.
than never.
Oh. We haven't been able to find him. They gave him 40 million. We haven't been able to find him. So when you look at it, It's all day long the Brooklyn Nets. Just period. It's the Brooklyn Nets.
No, it's not all day long nothing, Key. And here's why. When you go back and look at Game 5 in particular, who had control of that game? The Milwaukee Bucks. If I remember, they were up 17 or 19 points. Okay, they were dominating. Then they went away from what they were doing to get them to that point, meaning attacking the paint, owning the paint, not making dumb passes, not making dumb decisions. Like we saw, one possession in Game 5, Drew Holiday went by James Harden, finished on the left side of the basket. The very next time down the court, they gave him the same isolation. What did he do? He pulled up for a 3-point shot. That's not going to happen. They're going to be in attack mode. Kevin Durant is Kevin Durant, but James Harden is nowhere close to being 100%. They don't have Kyrie Irving. And if you're going to sit up here and you're going to tell me you're going to bank on Joe Harris to deliver in Game 7, then you lost the argument already.
Oh, or did I? You're the guy who told me that they're going to make the adjustments they need to make. Which team do you trust more, Perk? The Bucks? Confidence from demonstrated performance. The Bucks have demonstrated that they can't perform in a big spot. I trust the Nets.